Welcome to our first episode in the Civil Services Mains Exam Current Affairs series. Today, we're unpacking the dramatic escalation between Israel and Iran, moving from years of proxy confrontations to a direct military clash. Dr. Mehta, could you summarize the key developments that brought us to this point?
Certainly. The turning point was Israel's launch of Operation Rising Lion, targeting Iran's nuclear sites like Natanz and Fordo. This was triggered by the IAEA declaring Iran in violation of nuclear safeguards, citing secret activities and uranium enrichment near weapons-grade levels. Iran responded with coordinated drone and missile strikes on Israeli territory, marking a shift to open hostilities.
That's a remarkable escalation. How does this direct engagement differ from the previous proxy strategies both nations used in Syria, Lebanon, or Yemen?
Previously, Israel and Iran avoided direct confrontation, instead supporting allied groups or militias. By attacking each other's core infrastructure, they've crossed a threshold, raising the risk of broader regional war. It's akin to shifting from a chess game with pawns to moving the kings into direct battle.
To transition, let's explore how this conflict is influencing global institutions, particularly regarding nuclear proliferation. The International Atomic Energy Agency played a crucial part here. Could you explain the IAEA's findings and the broader concerns about nuclear proliferation sparked by this crisis?
The IAEA formally accused Iran of non-compliance, highlighting undeclared nuclear activities and rapidly rising uranium enrichment. Such actions bring Iran close to weapons-grade fuel. If Iran withdraws from the NPT, as it has threatened, it could trigger a domino effect with other regional actors like Saudi Arabia rushing to develop nuclear capabilities, reminiscent of the Cold War arms race.
That's a chilling scenario. Are there historical parallels or data on how nuclear proliferation impacts regional security?
Yes, the South Asian nuclearization in the late 1990s led to heightened tensions and an arms buildup between India and Pakistan. Studies show that in such environments, the risk of miscalculation or accidental escalation rises significantly up to 30%, according to a 2018 SIPRI report.
Moving from global security concerns, let's examine how these developments directly impact India's interests, especially in energy and trade. Given the Middle East's centrality to global energy flows, how is this conflict affecting India's energy security and trade routes?
The Strait of Hormuz is vital. About a third of the world's seaborne oil passes through it. With Israel-Iran tensions, oil prices surged 8% globally. Since India imports over 80% of its crude, its import bill could spike, potentially fueling inflation. Additionally, disruptions in the Suez Canal and Red Sea force Indian exporters to reroute shipments via the Cape of Good Hope, adding 15-20 days and up to 50% in shipping costs.
That's significant. Can you provide a real-world example of how such disruptions have hurt India's economy in the past?
During the 2019 U.S.-Iran standoff, Indian refiners had to diversify supply sources rapidly, leading to a 10% rise in fuel prices domestically. This affected sectors from transportation to agriculture, demonstrating how interconnected India's economy is with Middle Eastern stability.
On that note, let's address another major concern: India's large diaspora in West Asia and the associated risks. Nearly 8 million Indians live and work in West Asia, making their safety a top priority. Dr. Mehta, how does the government prepare for potential crises, and what challenges do they face?
Evacuating such a large diaspora is a logistical feat. During the 2015 Yemen crisis, India's Operation Rahat airlifted over 600 nationals in just 10 days, showcasing preparedness. However, simultaneous instability across multiple countries would stretch resources thin, requiring careful diplomatic engagement with both Israel and Iran.
Balancing ties with adversaries is delicate. How does India maintain this neutrality without compromising strategic interests?
India practices what's termed strategic autonomy. It continues defense cooperation with Israel while engaging Iran for energy and connectivity projects like Chabahar Port. India's consistent call for dialogue and nonviolence helps retain goodwill with both sides, though mounting global sanctions could test this balance.
As we wrap up, it's clear that the Israel-Iran conflict has far-reaching consequences not just for the region, but for India's security, economy, and diplomatic standing.